everyone. Today's lesson is going to be simplifying algebraic expressions. And before we get to the simplifying part, let's talk about the distributive property. The distributive property is a property of numbers that says if I have the numbers A, B, and C, and I have A parentheses B, it could be plus or minus, but for this purposes we're going to say plus C, then the A is going to multiply or distribute to the B and distribute to the C. So we're going to distribute A to B, and that's going to equal A times B. Then we're going to move over the operator, which is plus. So we're going to put plus, and then we're going to distribute A to C. So A times C would just be AC. And that is the distributive property. So an example of that would be, for example, 2 parentheses 3x minus 4y. I would distribute 2 to 3x, which would give me 2 times 3 is 6x, and then I would distribute 2 to negative 4y. 2 times negative 4 would be a negative 8, so I would bring over minus 8, and then don't forget the y, and that would be distributive property. Okay, so here we have example 1. Example 1 is negative 2 parentheses negative 5g plus 6k close parentheses minus 9 open parentheses negative 2g plus 4k close parentheses. Now, if we cover up this second part right here, notice this first part has something that looks a lot like distributive property. And if we cover up the first part, this second part also looks like it has something that's very similar to distributive property. So we need to use distributive property in this first part and in this second part. So we are going to distribute the negative 2 to the negative 5g, and that's going to be positive 10g. Then we're going to distribute negative 2 to 6k, and that's going to be minus 12k. So that's the first part. So now we're going to move on to the second part. We're going to distribute negative 9 to negative 2g, and that's going to be positive 18g. And then we're going to distribute 9 to positive 4k, negative 9 to positive 4k, and that's going to be negative 36k. So now we need to do something that's called combine like terms. Okay? So we need to combine the terms that are alike. Now, everything separated by a plus or minus sign, all of these mini expressions are terms. 10g is a term, 12k is a term, 18g is a term, 36k is a term. And like terms have the same variable. So 10g and 18g are both like terms. So I'm going to underline them with one underline. And then negative 12k and negative 36k are also like terms. So I'm going to underline them with 2 underlines to show that those are different. So I need to combine 18g and 10g. When I combine them, I get 28g. And now I'm going to combine negative 12k and negative 36k. So when I combine those, I get negative 48k. And that is my simplified expression for example 1. Okay, so here we have example 2. Example 2 is similar to example 1, but now we have fractions. So we need to distribute fractions to our expression inside the parentheses. So I'm going to distribute 2 sevenths times 14x, and that's going to be 4x. And then we're going to distribute 2 sevenths to negative 7y, and that's going to be negative 2y. So that's the first simplification. Now we're going to move on to the second one, and we're going to distribute negative 3/5 to 2x, and that's going to be negative 6/5 x. Now we're going to distribute negative 3/5 to negative y, and that's going to be positive 3/5 y. And now we need to combine like terms. So we're going to combine 4x with negative 6/5 x, and we're going to combine negative 2y with positive 3/5 y. Now, in order to combine with fractions, I'm adding and subtracting fractions. I need to get common denominators. So I need to turn 4x into a fraction, and I need to turn 2y into a fraction with the same denominators as my 6/5 and 3/5. So I have a common denominator of 5 over here. So I need to change these to fractions with 5 in the denominator. So if I multiply 4 times 5 over 5, I get 20 over 5x minus, if I multiply 2 times 5 over 5, I get 10 over 5y. And then we're going to bring down the rest. So minus 6 over 5x plus 3 over 5y. And now we're going to combine like terms. We're going to combine 20/5 x with negative 6/5 x. We're going to combine 10/5 y with 3/5 y. So now we're going to have the same denominator of 5. So our answer is going to be over 5, and then it's going to have an x. To figure out the numerator, we're going to say 20 minus 6. And then 20 minus 6 is 14. So our first term is going to be 14/5 x. Now, to get the second term, we're going to add or subtract negative 10/5 y plus 3/5 y. Well, the bigger number is the negative number, so I'm going to have a minus here. And it's still going to be over 5, and I'm still going to have y. So we're going to have negative 10 plus 3y. Well, that gives us negative 7. I already have the negative here, so I don't need the negative again. I just need to put 7. And that is our simplified expression for example 2. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's lessons on simplifying algebraic expressions. If you have any questions, please send me a message via Schoology or send me a text. Have a great day.